We are GLA Construction. We are a licensed general contractor that specializes in the erection of steel buildings, and we are located in Sullivan, Alabama. Today, I will walk you through how we erect a steel building. This image is an example of the anchor bolts being placed in the footings, which will soon have the columns anchored to them. This is a closer image of the anchor bolts after a freshly poured slab that will soon have the columns erected upon them. This image represents how we lay out a steel building before erection. These columns will soon be placed on the anchor bolts, which you can see in the background. This image represents the installation of the steel columns. The next process is to install the girts. As I just stated, this is a great example of the erected columns as well as girts being placed onto the steel columns. If needed, the crane beam will now be installed during this process of the metal building erection. This image really represents most of the components involved within a metal building. 1 being the columns, 2 being the girts, 3 being the crane beam, 4 being the crane, 5 being the rafters, 6 being the purlins, and 7 being the insulation, which is coated with a top sheet, which is unseen. This image represents the wind bracing in a steel building. The diagonal rods is what keeps the building from racking. This image depicts the eave of a metal building. As you can see, the column as well as the rafters and the girts are in place, and the sidewall is ready to be sheeted. If any mechanical system is needed in the metal building, at this point during the metal building process, it will be installed. This image depicts the completion of a steel building. You can really see the insulation and the sheathing process being finished. Once complete, your building will be finished.